Hello there, this is John for you, or NerdyGeeky, depending on where you're watching this from, and I thought I'd do a quick review for Transformers Age of Extinction. Of course, this is the fourth instalment of Transformers, and we were all expecting it to be rubbish. I went and watched it with absolutely no expectations, and I came out and I quite enjoyed the film, to be honest with you. I know that's an unpopular view at the moment because everyone seems to have hated it. The first three were quite sort of cheesy and comical. They're almost, you can't really take them seriously. I think changing Shia LaBeouf to Mark Wahlberg, I think that was a good change. Mark Wahlberg brought a little bit more seriousness to it. They made it very gritty. They made it a lot more gritty, especially at the start with the rustic and a nice homage to the original Optimus Prime until he changes again. But still, they made the Transformers look a little bit more simplistic, and it was a little easier to see them. Once again, though, with the action, it was a little hard to sort of keep an eye on what's going on, so jumping around, rolling around, lots of just metal flying everywhere and sparks. But it was easier, especially with the Transformers looking a little bit more simple. There was other actors in it that were brilliant. Stanley Tucci in it is absolutely fantastic. Like I think he made the film for me. He was really really good. It's just you got Nicola Peltz and Jack Rayner as Mark Wahlberg's daughter and her boyfriend, respectively, and they were really good. They were very good as well. Of course, she's supposed to be the hot one of the film, as Michael Bay invariably needs for some reason in his films. Mark Wahlberg's the lone dad. It's incredibly cheesy. They pretty much did every cheesy cliche they can, and Mark Wahlberg does that cheese brilliantly. You know, so please watch it, even if it's just for the cheese, because it's unbelievable. The action's brilliant, I thought. Very well made, but then Michael Bay is one good thing one good thing about Michael Bay is he's great at action. I like how they brought the Ark into it in a completely different way. It's nothing like the original film. Everyone keeps trying to say, oh, these films, they're nothing like the original TV series, and they're nothing like the original film. The original film was good, but honestly, the original TV series, I know this is unpopular, the original TV series was rubbish. If you watch it, it was rubbish. It's a classic now, mostly because it's old and it was really popular at the time, but it was created so they could sell toys, basically, and it wasn't really given much effort. The film was given more effort, and the film was brilliant. And these new films have gone on their own path now, and I like that. They're not just trying to rehash something that's already been done like 30 years ago. So like I said, I enjoyed it. I hope if you do go and watch it, I hope you enjoy it. Don't expect anything from it. It's not one of those films that's going to be absolutely epic. The good thing is it did have more story than the other three put together, to be honest with you, and it definitely felt like it was the start of a new trilogy. It wasn't just a film that could be standalone. It left you asking questions. I may spill some spoilers out now, so if you haven't watched it, you can stop, or if you want to hear the spoilers, you can. I'm not going to go into too much detail, so there's not going to be too big of spoilers. It goes into a little bit of detail about who or what created the Transformers rather than being naturally occurring. You got a little bit of a snippet, a little taste of what it might be, what the aliens might look like, and then that was it. They went off on their own with the Dinobots rather than just being created. But the Dinobots, I thought the storyline was actually quite cool for them, and their transformations were quite cool as well. Very interesting storyline, and I accepted that storyline. I thought, well, within the realms of the films, that worked. So, like I said, I've heard it get slated all over the forums, and I expected it to be. So I almost think people wanted it to come out just so they could find a problem with it. To be honest with you, some of the comments that I've seen. As films go, it's a high-budget action film with enough story to make it make sense. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm really glad that they got Frank Welker back to do. Well, it wasn't Megatron in this, but they got Frank Welker to come back and to do Galvatron's voice. And of course they got all the other and John Goodman. He did a brilliant voice actor in this. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean I couldn't really give it anything out of 10, but I enjoyed it. I think the other two are going to be really really good. I'm looking forward to the new storyline, and there's a few more things going on, especially with the addition of Lockdown as the bad guy in this, who was really good as well. It was better than Megatron, to be honest with you. Although Galvatron obviously is a big part of that, Lockdown was a really cool bad guy. Yeah, and it also, the humans, effectively, were the bad guys, and you can totally believe that. I hope this review was good. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope it wasn't too short. Of course, if you'd like to hear anything else, you'd like me to review any more films, old and new, I'm willing to watch them and give a review for everyone. I know that's not really very useful because you can just watch it yourself. But feel free, if you just want a 5-minute rundown of a film or you'd rather not watch unless you think it's any good and you trust my opinion. You probably trust my opinion less now I've just rated the Transformers 4 as good. But I would say it's good for what it is. Don't expect anything of it. It's great, and it's a good film. It's good action. It's a good cinema film, and in Michael Bay's own words, he makes movies for teenage boys, and it's exactly what you expect when you go in there. So on an up note at the end, all I was going to say is I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy, and as soon as that comes out, I want to go watch it, and I want to do a review very, very soon after it. So please watch out for that. I know I haven't done too much lately. I've been getting a lot of stuff done. I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, but I'm going to try and put up, I've got some more model reviews to do. I've got a new model as well that will be built soon, but not yet, but I will do the review of the box soon. And anyway, like I said, please give it a chance. I know the first 3 Transformers were cheesy, and they had no storyline, and they were almost a little bit, they were just too over the top even for giant transforming robots coming to Earth from an alien planet. But the 4th one, it's a little more down to earth, no pun intended. It's a little more. It's actually quite gruesome in places. If they weren't Transformers and they were humans, this would be an 18, if even not on at the cinema. The things that they do, if you look at it within context, that these are living beings that they're doing it to, is actually quite gruesome. I think he stepped over his normal line in this film, and as bad as a lot of the dialogue can be, and as cheesy as some of the scenes can be, stereotypical and cliche. Michael Bay is not exactly the most original writer or original director, but it's just worth a watch. It's just a silly film. It's great action, and like I said, Stanley Tucci made it for me because he was really funny, but really great as well. Oh, and on a last note, if, like me, you were told beforehand, keep an eye on how much product placement there was in it. That nearly ruined the film, though, I must admit, because there was so much product placement. I lost count in the end of how many products they blatantly, they weren't even tactful about it either. They blatantly just made scenes for product placement. So please keep an eye on that. It's almost laughable. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know this is 8 minutes long, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.